All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about all of the doubters against the Steelers and how the Steelers are prospering through it all. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. If you guys would like to support me and this channel more, be sure to hit that join button down in the description below. And I wanted to run it back because obviously I just posted the Steelers versus Ravens, kind of post-game reaction. That was my initial thoughts on the game. I always do that. But I wanted to do like a little bit of a long form kind of video because I am very excited about this team. And I don't want to, blow the horn yet. I don't want to hit the I was right button yet. And I don't want you guys to hit the I was right button yet. But let's be honest, man, we were all right about the Pittsburgh Steelers if you are a Steelers fan. Every year they doubt us. Every year it's like, okay, the Steelers are going to fall off. Mike Tomlin's going to have the losing season. We're going to be ranked in the bottom of the AFC North. All of these games, these tough stretches that we have, we're going to go 0-15. We're going to go 0-5 in all of them. The Ravens are going to sweep us. The Bengals are going to sweep us. All of this talk continuously happens about this team. And every single year we prove them wrong, right? And then what happens? We get to the playoffs. We lose that first playoff game. And then it's like a vicious cycle that repeats. I've been saying for a little bit now that I think this team is different. And, today, I still feel like this team is different, man. I really do feel like this is going to be the unit that maybe, possibly, potentially can get us to the Super Bowl. That's still wishful thinking, although I don't think it's that crazy. Like, people act like I just said I can fill up cars with water and make them run when I say the Pittsburgh Steelers can win the Super Bowl this year. Like, we can win the Super Bowl. Like, it's not that nuts. It's not like I was like, yo, I can fly right now. I can just jump up and hit the moon. You know what I'm like? I am not saying that. I don't think that is the same kind of vibe as saying the Pittsburgh Steelers can win the Super Bowl. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments. If you think it is that crazy for us to fuck around and win the Super Bowl, let me know down in the comments. But I will say, I really do think that we can at least get that playoff win. And not only can we get a playoff win, but since the Chiefs lost, shout out to the Buffalo Bills, since the Chiefs lost, we're low-key competing for the #1 seed in the AFC. And so does a bye count as a playoff win? I don't know. But if we did get a bye, if we become the #1 seed, I am going to be insufferable, man, because nobody saw that coming. I'll be honest, I didn't even see that coming. I didn't think we were going to be a #1 seed. But you look at it, we're 8-2. We have all of the chance to do it. I think we play the Chiefs. I don't think we play the Bills, but we have all the chances to get that #1 seed. But I just knew that we were going to be one of these better teams in the NFL, and of course, people continuously sleep. But it is what it is. And so I want to talk about a few things in this video. One, I want to talk about the offensive play calling because let's be honest, sometimes it's a little head scratching with the plays we call. Sometimes it's very conservative. Sometimes Arthur Smith, we praise the guy, we love the guy, we feel like he's transformed our offense, which he has. But a lot of times it's a bit head scratching, right? And so if we can clean this up, I know Mike Williams, we just got him. He really didn't play that much in this Baltimore game. I really would like for him to play some more, right? But once we get him going, once the offense kind of gets going and we stop using Calvin Austin as like this wide receiver 2 and we use the middle of the field, that is the biggest thing. And, maybe Russell Wilson doesn't have the arm strength. That's what they say. He doesn't have the arm strength to hit the middle of the field. Justin Fields didn't really have, I guess, the accuracy to hit the middle of the field, right? But once we can get that middle of the field game going, like I think we're literally going to be unstoppable if we can start hitting plays in the middle of the field. And of course now it's like week 10, week 11, like we're running out of time low key to get this going. We really are running out of time to get these plays going. But if that like Achilles heel, if we can somehow get rid of that this season, then honestly, the sky is the limit. Like the Super Bowl is the limit because this offense can move when we need it to. Today also, we used the Justin Fields package against the Ravens, and it's been kind of talked about for a little bit, and I've had my gripes. I've definitely said, hey, I would rather us just not even use Justin Fields at all. But today, it really did work out, and it's becoming like, okay, on 3rd and 1, maybe we should bring in Justin Fields some more because like the option of like the pass or the run from him or the handoff, like it's just sometimes it was a little bit too much for the Ravens to get down under control. And that's funny considering that they have Lamar Jackson in practice. Like you would assume that they're, practicing against this mobile quarterback, this guy who can tuck it and run it or throw it. Like you would assume that they would be able to stop it. And so like if they can't stop it, what's going to say about a team that's not the Ravens, like a Patrick Mahomes led team that like, Mahomes, he scrambles, but it's not like this crazy threat. It definitely is a threat, but like you're not thinking Mahomes is going to go run for 100 yards on you like Justin Fields, the narrative is, right? And so if the Ravens couldn't stop it, maybe, just maybe, man, this becomes like a real factor, a real X factor for this team. And so there's that, right? And then, of course, George Pickens, he has to get it kind of under control. But, I mean, you look at the stats this year, he's dogging. I want to say in this game, he had like 80 yards, no touchdowns, of course, because, you know, big, if Boswell got my back. We ranted about Boswell today. And low key, if you're from TikTok, you guys saw the little TikTok video. I tried to upload it on Shorts, but for some reason, YouTube, just like every time I try to upload it on Shorts, it tries to upload as a normal video. That's neither here nor there. That is really annoying, though, because I bet I would have banged on YouTube as well. But, you know, we just got to eat that. We just got to bite that bullet. But yeah, like if we can just score more points, which I know is like, duh, if you score more points, then of course. But like this defense, man, it is just playing with pride. We have players like Peyton Wilson who are out here. We have Cameron Hayward, TJ Watt. You seen the buzz cut, like he is a monster. This defense is a championship defense, and we've had a championship defense for a little bit. Granted, once again, and I always got to do this caveat because I'm such a Steelers fan, guys. Like it really is annoying how much of a Steelers fan I am, because I would love to come on here like, yeah, undefeated. We're gonna just win out the rest of the season. We're gonna kill every team, but like I know how bad it can get. I know that this Steelers defense sometimes be collapsing, but like right now, from what they're showing me this season, man, they are just a force to be reckoned with. And like, for sure, this is a Super Bowl defense. We're the highest paid defense as well. Like, I can't imagine a defense playing better than what the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing like right now. You know, we come across Lamar Jackson, we shut him down. Jaden Daniels having a crazy rookie season, we shut him down. They lost 2 back-to-back games, by the way. We kind of started that. Washington, hopefully it gets better for you. If it doesn't, you know, who cares, right? But Jaden Daniels, shut him down. Any quarterback we've gone against, shut him down, you know? The Cowboys loss really does piss me off because they're a horrible team. And same thing with the Colts. Joe Flacco, every dog has his day. Joe Flacco hates the Steelers. Like, these are the losses that we have. Like the Cowboys, once again, they're pretty bad, but somehow, some way they finessed that game out of us. And then the Colts, we beat the Colts for 75 straight years, and Joe Flacco was their quarterback, and we always beat him when it mattered. And so like there was that narrative, there was that revenge. Those are our 2 losses. Past that, though, whatever other teams are doing against us, whether they want to score a bunch of points, if you want to score a bunch of points, we've been capable of scoring a bunch of points. Today's game, it's a divisional game. It's an AFC North matchup. Of course, it's a gritty game. You can't just assume you're going to get 30 in those games. We don't get 30 in those games, but we got 18. We got Chris Boswell, which was exactly enough, exactly what we needed. Justin Tucker, he whiffed on some kicks. That's exactly what we needed, man, because on the other side, we have definitely had some situations where like we've missed some kicks, or like we've had some interceptions, we've had some fumbles, and like it went the other team's way, and those teams, they just celebrated. Like, we're the only team that like has to be mad in a loss. We are the only team that like when mistakes happen for other teams, like we're supposed to wear it. We're supposed to wear the fact that in that Washington game, that maybe possibly potentially first down that happened, we're supposed to just X out the win on our team. Like, we're supposed to be 7-3 right now, 7-4, whatever. The Ravens are 7-4, man. That's a lot of losses. But yeah, like it's like we're the only team in the NFL that has to do that. No, we won these games. We played who was in front of us, and we beat who was in front of us. Now all of a sudden, you know, 2 games against winning teams, like these guys were supposed to be the hot shots. These guys were supposed to humble the Steelers fans. Now all of a sudden, our schedule isn't the hardest. Remember, before the season, this is why they said that we were going to be bad. This is why they said that we were going to fall off. This is why Mike Tomlin was finally going to have his losing season. And this is why, like, we're introducing 2 new quarterbacks, a new offensive system. We have no wide receivers. Our running game, Najee Harris, we didn't extend his 5th-year option. We have a young offensive line. The defense is the defense. Like, you know, it's been the highest paid, but for some reason they always collapse. This is everything that they said before the season that was supposed to go wrong for us. And now all of a sudden, what is the excuse? What is going on? What is the problem with the Pittsburgh Steelers being 8-2? Now what are they going to say? We have beaten the teams in front of us. We beat the good teams. We beat the bad teams. We score a lot of points when we need to. We score just enough points when we need to. The defense locks in when they need to. The Steelers just win the games that are in front of them, whether we need Boswell to do it or we need big Russell Wilson to cook. And let me just say, Russell Wilson, 4-0 as a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. Russell Wilson, he didn't have the greatest game today, but once again, he is doing exactly what we needed him to do. I just don't know where the excuses are anymore, man. I don't know where the haters are anymore. Colin Cowherd, he had to give a dissertation, his apology to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm glad he did that. Mike Greenberg from ESPN's Get Up, he had a lot of shit to say about the Steelers, a lot of shit to say about the Jets. I told you guys before the season started, by week 8 or whatever, the Jets were going to be down here, and the Steelers were going to be up here. And I was wrong about that because the Jets are all the way on the floor. They're on the ground right now, and the Steelers are at the ceiling. You see those balloons over there? And by the way, my birthday was on Halloween, and it is November 17th, and I still got my balloons up. Brendan, if you're seeing this video, that's my friend. He made fun of me for still having my balloons up. I still got them up, man. You know what? It is what it is. I like these balloons. It was a nice setup. I fuck with it. Every day is my birthday. I'm not going to take these down until we lose, because guess what? We haven't lost since October 6th. I think that was the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers lost. It has damn near been a month since I had to come on here and bitch about a loss. Like, we have not lost in a while. And so for you guys out there to be like, oh, Steelers fans, they're annoying. Like, we deserve this. We earned this, because I'm telling you, before the season, nobody was in on us. Before the season, I had to make video after video after video, like, and once again, I compared it to like saying I could fly, or saying I could run cars with water. Like it was just this insane, asinine take that the Pittsburgh Steelers were gonna be good, and all of a sudden we're good, you know. And so like I have to be vocal about it. We have to be vocal about it. Tomorrow morning, if they are not talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're probably gonna be talking about the Bills. They're probably gonna be talking about the Lions. I will be honest. This is, you know, what were we? 10 minutes into this video, 11 minutes into this video, I've talked my shit. I will be honest. Detroit scares me. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe I'm like biting off more than I can chew. I shouldn't be worried about an NFC opponent. But Detroit does kind of scare me. Like they're kind of like that. I'll be on offense. They're kind of like that. But I enjoy the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have faith in my team. Luckily, I shouldn't say luckily, but we don't play them this season up until maybe the Super Bowl if we make it. So, you know, we'd have to see how that game goes. But I have the utmost faith in the defense that, hey, teams want to just come out scoring. Like, I think we can shut that down. And I think if it gets out of hand, the Pittsburgh Steelers, we can put up enough points. Once again, all we got to do is get the ball above the 50. And that's 3 points, because we have the best kicker in the NFL. Like, who would have thought? And you guys, I am the biggest Boswell fan. So when I say who would have thought, trust me, I am not talking about me. I've been thinking about Boswell since 2015. Big trust. Like, I know, right? But who would have thought we have the best kicker in the NFL? I did not see that coming. Like, on paper, best kicker in the NFL. Who would have thought, right? We have that. Who would have thought we'd have one of the, like, literally the top defense in the NFL? Not like a top 5, not like elite, not like, okay, you know, one of the better. No, like, we have the best defense in the NFL. Number one, certified, bona fide, number one, like Popeye's chicken. Bona fide, number one defense. That's what we have. Who would have thought that Russell Wilson, I would have thought it, but who would have thought that Russell Wilson would have this much success this early? Who would have thought that Justin Fields would have this much success as early as he did in those early weeks? You know, it's just, who would have thought? Who would have thought George Pickens is like literally this number one wide receiver? Who would have thought Najee Harris on a contract year where we don't extend it? Like, he would just be out here hooping. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would be out here playing with ferocity, and that's exactly what he's been doing. He's been playing with ferocity. Jaylen Warren, like, I don't want to say he's been a disappointment, but like, it hasn't been exactly the same. He's been going through some injuries. But who would have thought that, like, without Jaylen Warren hooping, our run game would still be like that? Minkah Fitzpatrick, he literally has shut down, with no interceptions, mind you, no, like, crazy splash plays. Minkah has shut down the deep pass. Like, teams cannot do that against us because Minkah is out there. Patrick Queen, another guy I want to talk about, absolutely hooped today, man. And he's been hooping for week after week after week now. This guy is so good that he wears a single digit on defense on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Once again, maybe other fans out there, they don't see that as like a crazy thing. But the fact that he was on the Pittsburgh Steelers and was able to get a single digit number should show you, yo, he is a hooper. And guess what? He is a hooper. He dominated his old team today. He dominated versus, you to compare him with Roquan Smith, dominated him. Who would have thought Beanie Bishop would be such a good player for us? Who would have thought Joey Porter Jr. is just out here strapping people up? It's lock up against whoever he's guarding, and he's shutting them down. You don't even hear their name. Like, who would have thought? Pittsburgh Steelers fans would have thought, man. And so now it's to the point, like, okay, how far can this Pittsburgh Steelers team go? Because I think we have the perfect combination of, like, veteran and young player, right? Like, we have the Cameron Haywards, we have the TJ Watts, and both of those guys absolutely balling, by the way, like, at their old age, at their, you know, veteran status. These guys are hooping, right? We have them, and then, like, we have, like, the middle kind of, like, Patrick Queens, and then, like, the Minkah Fitzpatricks, right? And I shouldn't consider, I guess TJ's, like, in the middle, too. But Cameron Hayward, he's kind of old, I won't lie. But like, then we have them, and then like we have the younger pieces like Peyton Wilson, who's been flying around, who like day one was a perfect draft pick. Like, anybody could have told you Peyton Wilson was a phenomenal draft pick. All he had to do was stay healthy, and so far he's been healthy. Nick Herbig, who's been hooping since the guy was born. Alex Highsmith, we hope and pray he can come back soon, and he definitely can come back soon. I think he's only missing like 2 to 3 weeks. But he's hooping, right? And then like Deshaun Elliott, he's not exactly a younger player, but he's just like someone we put on the team. Like, we have like the young, we have the old, like. This all of a sudden, like, no, and once again, nobody thought it. Nobody expected this from little old Pittsburgh, right? The small market Pittsburgh Steelers. Nobody would have thought that, hey man, maybe, just maybe, this team is going to be a threat. But once again, Steelers fans knew it. We wrote it down. We had it down. We seen all of the doubters. We seen all of the haters. And so yes, now is our time to talk about it. Now is our time to be hype about this team, because the sky is the limit. The ceiling is the sun. You know what I'm saying? The ceiling is the stars in the sky. The ceiling is the Andromeda galaxy for this team, because Kansas City lost. They are beatable. The Bills are beatable. The Lions are beatable. Any team is beatable. And so for people out there to just I shouldn't think this as a Steelers fan, why not? Why can't the Pittsburgh Steelers be the best team in the NFL? They really honestly could be. Baltimore, they play good in the regular season and they get ranked number 1, number 2 all of the time, man. This happens every single year, every single week. Baltimore gets their wins. They play who's in front of them. They look good who's in front of them. Oh, best team in the NFL. Best team in the NFL. Pittsburgh does it and it's we got to see. We got to see. Stop it. Stop hating on the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, that's pretty much the crux of this video. Stop sleeping on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think it's too late. I don't think anybody is really sleeping on us anymore, and they shouldn't. And now is where we gotta win. I'm gonna compare it to my YouTube journey, because I'm so real with you guys. I love all of my subscribers. We're at 1,100 now, man. Now is where the grind starts. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I could have just been oh, I did it. You know what I'm saying? No, we have to continuously improve. We have to continuously give people a reason to watch. We have to continuously upgrade and update the performance, the channel, right? Now we are no longer being slept on. I swear to God, if I see another FanDuel DraftKings Sportsbook thing and we are the underdog, I am going to be tired of it, because we have done this now continuously, week after week. We're the underdog, we win. We're the underdog, we win. We are no longer underdogs. We have the pressure on us, and now it is time to prove to the rest of the NFL world that we can play good when the lights are on, because we know it. Pittsburgh Steelers fans know it. It is now time to continue it and drive it into the postseason, because we've done this regular season thing. I know I'm super hype right now. I know these videos have been really positive and really we're the best, but I am not satisfied until we win that playoff game. Until we win a playoff game, there is always room to be better. Until we win a Super Bowl, there is always room to be better. We have to continuously get better season in and season out. Right now, we're looking really good. We're looking really hot. But if we don't win a playoff game, it's all for nothing. It is. We were good for no reason. We were who? The Dallas Cowboys. We were who? The Baltimore Ravens. We were who? The Buffalo Bills. We were who? Fuck it, I'll say it. The Bengals that season. Ooh, you made a Super Bowl. Ooh, congratulations, but you didn't get the job done. That is we have to get the job done. And the job is a playoff game. The job is a Super Bowl. And if we can get the job done, and last point, if we can get the job done, then hooray, congrats, right? But this is a regular season award. We talked about it a little bit ago on my channel. We talked about it. Yo, Mike Tomlin doesn't have a coach of the year. That's crazy. Everybody loves Mike Tomlin. Everybody says he's the best coach in the NFL. Everybody says it. NFL world, NFL voters, I don't give a fuck if we finish this season defeated. I don't care if we lose every single game on for the rest of this season. Granted, if that happened, he probably wouldn't win it. But I swear to God, if Mike Tomlin does not win Coach of the Year this year, I will boycott it. I'll say it. I will boycott it, man. I will turn it off. And you remember what happened last time? People said that they were going to boycott. Nothing happened, and they kept playing football. But gosh darn it, I will boycott if Mike Tomlin does not get a Coach of the Year, because the guy deserves it. I don't care. And this is what's crazy. This isn't even one of our bad teams. This isn't even one of his historic miracle jobs that he's gotten off, but he definitely has it. You take away 3 players on this team, fuck it, take away. We're not very good without TJ, I'll say that. But you take away TJ, you take away X player, you take away X player, I guarantee you, we'd still probably have 8 wins. By the way, 8th win, guess what can't happen this season? Mike Tomlin cannot have a losing season, so he has done it again, and you guys said it. This is not me. This is not him. You guys told me that we were bad and Russell Wilson was washed and Justin Fields wasn't good and we weren't going to have this winning season. You guys said it, not me. And so based on your logic, he brought this team up. He brought this team. He carried this team up. He propped it up. He coached his ass off, because that's what you guys said. Remember, you guys said we were going to be last in the AFC North, number 1 draft pick, got to blow it up. Maybe we got to get rid of Mike Tomlin. This is everything that they said before the season. And now that we have done it, now that we have thrived with less, now that we have, won with our little Mickey Mouse small organization Pittsburgh team, now why can't Mike Tomlin win the Coach of the Year? Because if it was Kevin Stefanski and the stupid-ass Cleveland Browns and oh my God, I can make this video 30 minutes longer, man. Kevin Stefanski has 2. He has 2 Coach of the Years. For what? And Mike Tomlin doesn't have 1. He doesn't have, it's just ridiculous, bro. And so yes, Mike Tomlin needs a Coach of the Year, NFL. If we don't get a playoff win, I will be very sad. If we don't win the Super Bowl, I will be very sad. But I will not let this happen. Mike Tomlin goes out without a coach of the year. This is the year to do it. I don't want to get it like in his last season. Oh, I'm going to retire after this season. I'm going to walk away, and then we give him the coach of the year. Like, I don't want that bullshit. Give Mike Tomlin the coach of the year, because guess what? If Kevin Stefanski has 2, Mike Tomlin should have 7 by now. For the love of God, man. Like, I just can't. I think that is going to be my last point of the video. Mike Tomlin should get a coach of the year. Arthur Smith, get these plays under control. Offense, let's continue scoring points. Let's play. And like, I say that, right? Because like this little 18 blip game, you know, we've done this before. It happens. Like Chris Boswell, he saved us many times before. I get it. But this season we've shown, hey, we can put up 35 points with the best of them. We can score touchdowns when needed with the best of them. And so I understand. I foresee that we will get that back under control, right? Next game, we should have some more points. So I'm not even worried about that. But Arthur Smith, let's get the play calling a little bit more down-packed. Let's utilize the middle of the field. And all of a sudden, this Pittsburgh Steelers team is, once again, the Andromeda Galaxy is the limit. You know, the sky is no longer the sky because we're going very high. Bars. Anyways, I think that is going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. If you like videos about the Steelers, I make them all of the time, unscripted, just straight vibes, just straight feelings. I love talking about the Steelers, and I love communicating with all of you guys because I know we're all Steelers fans, and I know it's us against the world. It was us against the world in the preseason, in the draft process, and like they wrote us off. They fucking wrote us off, and I will not let them forget about it because this is what they said in the offseason. We're the best team in the NFL. Certified, stamp it. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.